Oh, hi. Um, just been to Nottingham. I was looking on Facebook early today at home, and apparently there was um, a press conference with Jeremy Corbyn in Nottingham. So, having nothing on today, and I thought, well, I'll go and see it. It's a bit late in the day, but I thought, what the hey, got nothing to do, and I'll go and have my dinner in Nottingham as well. So I went. Thing is, I was interested to know, to start with, whether or not all this negative publicity that's been going on about Jeremy Corbyn with Tony Blair and Gordon Brown and etc., all having a go at Gordon Brown and saying he's anti-Semitic and all this lot. I wondered whether or not it's having an effect at all on it. I also wondered how well he's doing in comparison to the last time I went to see him in Sheffield. So, yeah, I tootled along to see what was going on. I don't generally do this sort of thing. Getting this deep into politics is not something that I generally even get involved in. But this time it's had a real feel for me to get involved in, so I've wanted to have a look. So I went along. The actual meeting was supposed to begin at, say, 7 o'clock time. And I arrived about 6:10 there. I thought, plenty of time to actually sort of like go and see what's going on. I don't generally have anything, I've said before, I don't generally do this. But I don't think it's usual for a candidate for the Labour Party, not a general election, a candidate for the Labour Party, to get a crowd that is queuing up around the block to see him. I think that's unusual. People, who've watched this, who've seen it, tell me otherwise if that's the way it is. But I think this has backed up the fact that I believe that this is a movement that's going on, that this is not just about one person here. I'm also surprised that I didn't get in to go and see him because it was full, and around 75 to 100 people were basically told, sorry, no seats, no standing available, and we were basically sent away. I was a little bit disappointed by that, but a few people had mentioned the fact that Jeremy Corbyn was around the corner doing a press interview. So I went round there to have a look at what's going on. And so he was there, and he was surrounded by press with the microphones and the cameras and lots of press with pictures, which is another thing. Why do the press need to keep taking pictures all the time? This is something that gets to me about the paparazzi, but I digress. I don't know why they need more than a few pictures of somebody. So, and they were asking him questions, the press were asking him questions, and I managed to get within about a metre and a half of the guy to listen to what he's got to say. The amazing thing to me is that, unlike me, I'm not that good in debate situations and argument situations. I run out of answers, and it's like, I really would feel, and I've walked away going, I know I was right, but I can't figure out. But this guy could take all the press and go, yeah, this guy's able to answer all these questions. So again, I stipulate it again, this is not a Jeremy Corbyn thing. This is a movement that's going off. Now, people that are talking about, and they talked about the general election, whether or not he can win a general election. But this is the thing. It's not the general election that counts right now. It's not. The thing now, I think, to start with, let me say that I think Corbyn's got this sewn up. I think he's got this leadership sewn up. I cannot believe that he hasn't got this sewn up. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe I'm listening to a lot of biased stuff and it's all pointing in favour, and and I'm going to be really shook up if at the end of the day he doesn't win by a huge majority in this. But we'll see. But taking for granted that I think he's going to win, the next thing is not the general election, it's whether or not he can hold together an opposition. Because this is what's really important now. When he's won it, this is what's important. Because an opposition, it's not just they're doing nothing and, you know, just hanging around waiting for the next election and doing whatever they can to win the next election. They're the one that oppose the government on the bills they try to pass. And a strong opposition can actually block a bill getting through. If, for example, the Conservative Party try and put through a bill and lots of their MPs say, I'm really not happy about that because I've got to worry about my constituencies and I only just got voted in last time. If I go against this, they're going to go against me. I'm going to lose my job as an MP if I vote for the government in this. Then they're going to wander away from the government. And if the opposition is strong and stays with Corbyn or stays with the leadership, they can defeat bills or make the government look incredibly weak. If they try and put through a bill and then decide last minute, we're not going to win this, let's take it off the agenda. Let's rethink this thing. So an opposition is important. It's also going to be a testing ground for Corbyn. Now, a couple of things to consider along with this is that when he wins the election for leadership of the Labour Party, are the Labour elite and are the Labour Party going to get behind him? My thoughts on this is that I don't know. It's a I've heard some people say, no, we're going to. I'd rather break the Labour Party up than do this because we're not going to be electable. No. I'm going to make sure that he's got nothing and he has to resign. But I think a lot of MPs are going to come out of the closet and just basically go, actually, I'm siding with Corbyn. Actually, now is the time for me to start saying stuff that I believed for many years and had to sort of put to the back of my head because the Tony Blair, Gordon Brown governments have made me push it all away in favour of this new Conservative light process. And I think they're going to go, yeah, I'm actually going to be for Corbyn. And the other ones is the actual political puppets out there who are going to go, well, I'm just here to be popular with the popular people. Just like a gang at school that's just like that hang around with the popular kid. They're going to go and go, right, okay, if I want any degree of popularity, I need to hang about with those who are popular. And with Corbyn being the popular one, they're going to want to hang around with him. These are the people who change their minds depending on who exactly is in favour at the moment. And he's also going to get certain people on his side because they're begrudgingly going to have to move to the left to support the Labour Party. Not willingly, but begrudgingly go, okay, this is where the Labour Party is, this is where I've got to go now. So, again, very impressed by Corbyn, very impressed with the turnout. The next battle is going to be for him to set up a credible opposition. Okay, and the last thing is, I voted today. It's very easy to do, actually. I was worried I'd got to open up my mail and find out what code I'd got. But they sent me an email with a code in it. That all I had to do was go to this particular website, put my code in, and vote. I was done in 5 minutes. And I said it in a Facebook status update. I get a degree of pride from voting, from stuff like this. And it's something I want people to consider who don't generally vote. That there is a feeling of taking part in a democratic process that makes you kind of feel good. Not fantastically, I'm going to sing kind of good, but you walk away going, I did something pretty good today. I took part in something good today. And that's just a thought for people who don't generally vote, who might actually watch this. Right, okay, I'm going to bed. Bye.